All right, today we're going to be talking about how to win more buyer appointments with Highnote. And let me kind of go through this. We have a partnership with Realty One, so we're very excited about bringing Highnote to all of you. And just a reminder, one lucky winner is going to receive a free 1-year subscription to Highnote. And you must be present at the end of the webinar to win. We're going to see who's on, and we're going to take a picture, and then we're going to randomly select this offline. But the value is over $400 for a 1-year subscription to Highnote. Also, at the end, you'll be getting a free guide on building winning buyer presentations. And so stick to the end. You're going to get these things at the end. And look, we're extremely thrilled to be with the Realty One family. Realty One selected us because they know that this will improve your business, like it has for so many other Realty One agents and other agents around the country. And this is really a great time for this sort of solution. We're a next generation sales presentation platform for the real estate industry. One of our biggest use cases are listing and buyer presentations, among other things. But I'm going to show you today about how to deal with the buyers that we now have to deal with given the new environment in the real estate industry. So let's get started. I just want to tell you that I'm not a techie. I'm an agent. I'm an agent just like you. In fact, I was the #2 condo agent in San Francisco back in the day. And this was me at the NASDAQ. I was invited by Zillow when they went and did their IPO to ring the bell with them as well. And we built a brokerage called Climb Real Estate, and it was one of the top 250 brokerages in the US according to Real Trends, and growing very fast. We grew so fast that Realogy bought us to be the next franchise brand. Didn't happen, but they bought us for those plans, the internal politics, whatever happened. We were going to be the urban millennial brand in Realogy, which is now Anywhere. But after that, I started Highnote because I felt like my mission wasn't done yet with helping the real estate industry. So I built Highnote, and look, we won a lot of deals, and we taught hundreds of other agents how to win. And this is why I built Highnote and bringing it to you today. I really get a lot of joy of transforming agent business and bringing it to the next level. So let's show you how we do that. Oh, let me give you the secret. Having a great digital interactive presentation flat out wins appointments. We all need to level up all the time. We need to level up our marketing. We need to level up our sales scripts. We need to level up our knowledge, and we need to level up our tech all the time, because why? Everyone is, and we need to get tech forward. And I'm going to show you how we use this great solution to win a ton of buyers and win a ton of listings. Okay, so what we do was we made sure we had the most incredible presentation out there. And why? Because these great presentations can absolutely overcome many, many objections. There could be objections around why they need an agent, objections around objections around, maybe they don't, you are not as strong as this other agent. But if you have a great presentation and it's informative, it's thorough, it's beautiful, and it stands out, that's what's going to happen. You as an agent are going to stand out, and it can overcome so many things. And this is the technique we used when we first started out back in the day. we understood that we needed to compensate for our relative lack of experience because we were new to the market. We were new to San Francisco. I grew to number 2 agent in San Francisco because I did so much more on the close. I focused so much on the appointment and the close. And the close is not just what you say, it's not just how you appear, it's not just your sales talk, but it's also what you do before the appointment and what you do after. And those things can be done with a great buyer presentation, specifically a great digital interactive presentation. And I don't mean just emailing a PDF or PowerPoint. I mean something special. So I'm going to show you that today with Highnote. Now, the appointment. Let's talk about how you win the appointment. Either securing the appointment or actually winning the in-person appointment. Today, buyers and sellers, you need to meet them in person. I mean, you always do, except during COVID maybe, but this is the way it works. You first lead, you get the lead finds you. Then you have an initial email or phone call to qualify that lead. Is this a real lead? Is there, what do you need? Can we set up a time to meet? So you schedule an appointment and then you meet. You have the in-person meeting. Now you're in there, you're doing your song and dance, you're trying to win their loyalty, you're trying to win the business, you're trying to get them to sign on the dotted line, right? After the meeting, right, if they haven't decided at the meeting, you have to follow up. And usually it's following up about questions they have. Maybe they have to meet another agent or 2 other agents or 3. And so you have a follow-up and then you have to close. So what a lot of people do is they just show up at an appointment, right? And a lot of agents also will send something before, but what you send before is absolutely critical. And a lot of people are just lazy about it. But what we did was we figured out a way how to send a stunning, great digital presentation. And that's what Highnote is. And I'm going to show you that today. You send something ahead of time. And in a listing situation, if you're trying to win a listing, this would be a pre-listing presentation, right? Pre-listing presentations are a great way to try to win the listing ahead of time, but also setting up the in-person meeting for success. Now, with the buyer appointments that you're going to need, and you're going to need to get buyer broker agreement signed, you now need to send a pre-meeting buyer listing presentation, buyer presentation. And we have a template. We're going to show you that. We have a Realty One template as well. We're going to show you that as well. Now, if you haven't won the appointment, that means they're undecided. They have questions. They don't know about you. Maybe they're hesitant. Maybe they think you're not as experienced. Maybe you think another agent can help you. Well, following up, what you should do is go for it. Follow up with a great digital follow-up presentation afterwards as well to go for the close. Why? Because $10,000, your commission is at stake, right? The average sale price, 400,000, 2.5%, that's about $10,000 in commission. So, if so much money and commission and potential sale is at stake, why would you not give it your all and send something incredible, right? Now, Highnote will be that solution. Now, the other way to look at this is you're breaking up the sales appointment, the in-person sales appointment, into thirds. A pre-meeting, pre-appointment experience, which is right here. Then you have the in-person experience, and then you have the follow-up experience. And you want to make sure those 3 touch points are fantastic, right? And if you do this, guess what? Most people are not doing this. So what do? You stand out. You look better. You look more professional. You look like you're going to be the better agent that's going to meet their needs. And you're going to be a modern agent. You're going to be next level. So breaking it up this way can really, really increase your close rate, especially in a time when leads are so few and far between, with the market being so slow the way it is. Not only that, so what does that mean? You have more agents competing for fewer leads. So in order to maintain the same level of income, what do you need to do? You need to close more leads. You need to increase your conversion rate, and this is a foolproof method to do it. We guarantee it. Okay, now, there's so much to send. You say, great, I want to send a digital presentation. What do I send? I got so many things I need to send. Don't worry, we're going to show you a template. We have you covered. We have these templates. They're included with Highnote, and we'll show you that right now. Now, this is our interactive buyer presentation. And again, it's not just a PDF. It's an interactive buyer experience. And I'm going to click on this and show you what it looks like in a minute. But the whole point of this presentation is you want to build a level of trust and you want to increase your credibility. So sending something professional, sending something that's gorgeous, sending something that's better than the other agents is paramount to doing that. You need to also explain and show your value more than ever. In the past, when we were working with buyers, we didn't have to do it right away. We could sort of work with them slowly. We didn't necessarily have to get something signed. We didn't necessarily have to get a commitment. You could work with them and slowly earn their trust and really close them during the process. But now, with the new laws and the requirements that you need to get something signed before even showing a property sometimes, you're going to need to do this pre-selling ahead of time. You need to treat a buyer just like you would treat a seller. I know it's a pain in the butt, but that's the new reality we're in and probably should have been this way from the beginning anyway. So you need to explain and show your value. So you need to educate the buyer what a buyer agent actually does. Most buyers don't know. They just think, oh yeah, they probably just set up appointments and find me properties. But you know what? I could find properties myself. Wait a minute, it's more than just that. And we all know that. Now, the other reason why you want to send an interactive digital presentation is because you need to show that you're a tech forward. Over 70% of consumers expect their agents to be tech forward. This is according to a recent survey by NAR. Over 70% of buyers and sellers expect their agents to be tech forward and using the latest technology. You need to demonstrate that, that you are tech forward. The whole world is going tech, AI, online, cars can even drive themselves now. And so you need to upgrade your tech stack to show that you're tech forward. The other reason why you do it this way, you want to stand out from the other agents. Think about if they're interviewing 2 or 3 other agents, what are the other agents doing and sending? They're probably sending an email with, guess what, a PDF, right? You're going to do the same thing. Well, then guess what? You're going to have a harder time to win the client, right? You can argue, well, it depends what's inside the presentation, sure. But you also need to upgrade the experience so that you can overcome any objections that are lacking in your experience or in your total presentation. The other reason why you want to do this ahead of time is you make the in-person meeting easier because they've already read this. They already know a lot of information. They've already seen what you've sent them ahead of time. So they're ready. They're ready to talk and they're ready to expand. You're ready to expand on the maybe questions they may have, or maybe you could delve down and get started right away. Now, let me show you this one first, the pre-meeting presentation. And look, this is something that we use and built, and we won deals in San Francisco, one of the hardest, most competitive markets in the country, where the demands are greater. Everyone's tech forward. And so we've been using something like this for quite some time now. So this is the pre-meeting buyer presentation template. This is, a fake agent, and, you want to set it up properly. Congratulations, right? Congratulating them for their journey to buying a home. And then you want to talk about you and your team and include a video.
I'm Chris Lim, and I'm the founder of Climb Real Estate. I don't know what my favorite.
This is an example video of my business partner made, a professional video. It's a great intro video. If you have something professionally done, great. If you want to put something informal, great. It doesn't matter. Put a video in, because humans react better to videos and images than anything. You want to develop an emotional connection with them before meeting so that when you do meet, they're familiar with who you are. And again, the in-person meeting becomes that much more impactful when you pre-sell with a video like that. You want to talk about that you're an expert real estate advisor, really setting up the idea that it's not just that real estate agent. You're not a car salesman, right? You're an advisor. You have a team. You're backed by a team. If you don't have a team, a formal team, make one, right? You have a spouse, you have a boyfriend, you have a girlfriend. I'm sure they help you. You have children, they might help you too. You have a broker, managing broker, you have an accountant, you have stagers, you have painters, you have cleaners. Put them on your team because other agents may be on a team. So you don't want to look like you're going to be compared negatively in any way. So you would just make a team up, and just call it your team. It doesn't need to be a formal team. Like, there's a lot of team structures in real estate today. It could just be people you work with, right? And that assist you. Talk about your brokerage. Talk about why your brokerage is so great, why your brokerage is perfect for the client. And then really start pre-selling them and pre-educating them on the essential value agents provide. Really giving them stuff like, hey, we have deep professional knowledge. We have an extensive network. We are top, we have great negotiation skills. We evaluate sales contracts. We know what these sales contracts are about. We can help save you time, solve problems. We're a trusted advisor to you and guidance for future transactions. This is not just one and done. I'm going to help you throughout your home ownership journey, and any advice that you need to maximize the value of your home or any sort of vendors and resources, you have them. Mitigate risk. Number one, we want to mitigate the risk of them buying. And then, of course, constant professional development. You're taking classes, ethics classes, licensing classes, law classes, whatever it may be. They don't see that. So they need to understand that, wow, I'm hiring a certified professional. Now, remember, you're sending this before the meeting, right? So what you want to do is talk about what you're going to talk about at the meeting. When we meet, you're going to have intros, talk about your capabilities, the real estate market overview, their housing search, and then how you guys work together. So set up the meeting, have an agenda. Then you want to really hint to them, look, exclusive buyer representation, right? You need to pick one agent. Don't have 4 or 5 or two, 3, 4, 5 working for you at the same time. It doesn't work. And explain why. And then we've walked in your shoes. Buying a home is very difficult, not easy. And you want to show sympathy and empathy for their nervousness and stress. Look, we've walked in your shoes, right? We understand. We got you. Then the next section, your housing search. Let's get you a home, right? And this is how we do it. And then home preferences. You want to talk about home preferences, right? Like, hey, let's talk about what your kind of home you're looking for. And then you can make recommendations on the spot or what have you. And then you want to talk about the real estate market. What is the real estate market? What's the forecast for the real estate market, both nationally and locally? Obviously, nationally, we have the elections coming up. So the market's a little slower as people are waiting. We also have a pending interest rate drop. We hope it's going to happen. So really trying to emphasize and talk about the common real estate market themes of the day. Now, buying a home. Here's the process, right? Having some sort of explanatory explanation or explanatory document that talks about the whole process and everything in it. And the reason why you want to do this is you want to show them how complicated buying a home is. And all of the things in here, you need to say that you're going to help them with, right? There's a lot. And so you want to get into this as much as possible so that they actually appreciate, oh my gosh, I need someone to help me with this. I need someone to help me with reviewing inspections, how to negotiate anything that's discovered. I need someone to help me do a final walkthrough. I need someone to help me. Whatever it is, you need to really detail out the process. And you don't want to overwhelm them, but you kind of do. You kind of like make them feel like, oh my gosh, they need a professional, and that professional is you. The pre-approval process, explaining that financing, you have all the lenders, you have all the best lenders that have the greatest service and rates. You want to talk about making an offer. What's that about? What is considered a good offer? Maybe you want to discuss your techniques on how to package an offer and make it sure that it's the highest probability of getting accepted by the listing agent and the seller. Home inspections and contingencies. Obviously, you want to talk about all those, the different types of inspections that they're going to need to get. Every market's a little different. In San Francisco, we have pest inspections, which are termite inspections, and sometimes we have mold inspections as well. So every area is different. You may have radon, you may have other things. So talk about those. Closing on your home, talking about the closing costs, the process, how long it takes, the title and escrow process you want to put in here as well. Home warranty. Do you provide one? Do you give one to your buyer? Do you recommend they buy themselves? Add value to the service and say, look, you need to go to a home warranty or you provide it. Now, after you've done all of that, you've talked about, the meeting, you've talked about the process, then you want to say, okay, great. Now that I explained to you what it takes to buy a home and the process, this is how we work together. First, you want to talk about the elephant in the room, the NAR lawsuit. Everyone is talking about this. Everyone seems to know something about it. And so you need to explain to them what it was about. And we have a document here so that you don't need to have one. But it explains why the DOJ, had this lawsuit against NAR. What does it change for the buyers? What does it change for sellers? And answering any questions like, oh, will the settlement lower housing costs? Probably not. How will commission payments change? You need to explain that. And then understanding how agents are compensated and, explaining how you are compensated. Like how are commissions happening now? And is it something that where you're going to need to ask for a concession? Is it some from the seller, or is it something you're going to ask from the buyer? It's going to be different, slightly different in every market. So you need to have something in here that talks about it and set them up to explain how this all works now. Understand, and this is going to change, right? It's going to change over time. And so this is fluid. Understanding buyer representation. Then you need to put in your buyer agency agreement, right? And putting it in there allows them to review it and ahead of time. And I didn't explain this to you yet, but if you send it with a service like Highnote, this is basically an online presentation. You get to see all the sections they are reviewing and checking out. And I'm going to show you how that all works later. And then, our commitment to you, we're committed to working with you. And this is you, your agent bio, and then your brokerage again, right? Or your team. You put this at the end. So this is like a template for buyer presentation. We have one that's branded for Realty One as well, which I can show you as well. Are there any questions about this before I move forward? I'll wait in the chat to see. If there's any questions, let me know. Okay. Now, there's also another step to this process, which is the follow-up, right? If they have not decided at the meeting, you could send them a professional follow-up. So this is a follow-up. And so what it is, this is going to be different for every sort of meeting, but you want to summarize the meeting. You want to follow up, let's say, with financing options, right? Maybe they're asked, you want to follow up with market insights. Maybe they're kind of curious, hey, how's the market? Can you send me some data? Maybe you want to follow up with some initial picks based on property picks, based on your meeting with them. And then maybe sending them some things that are maybe off market or coming soon or just listed or something they don't know about, right? If you send them something they already seen, then they're going to be like, well, I don't really need this person if they're sending me something I've seen. So you want to find something they haven't seen. Now, next steps, viewing and touring properties. So, this could be a suggested next step. Look, let's start seeing properties, talking about making an offer, home inspections, appraisals, closing some, etc. So, and then you want to give them more buyer resources, right? Remember, this is the home buying process, and local area information. So these are a lot of different suggested sections that you can follow up with to close them. And here's my buyer broker agreement. Let's get started, giving them testimonials, and then a commitment to you again. So this is a great way to follow up and close these buyers successfully. And these templates are available with Highnote. We also have another service, I'll explain it to you later, where we could set these up for you for an additional fee. All right. So, okay, there's a question. Is it offered in different languages? Well, you can add whatever content you want in there, Sunny. We don't have other, languages built in, but things could be translated, and text could be changed. Highnote is in English, but the content that you put in the templates could be any language you want. So just a little bit about Highnote, so you know what we are. We're a next generation real estate sales platform. It's digital, it's interactive, and it's built with AI. And our users are saying that Highnote is a game changer. It's their secret weapon. We were written up by many magazines, including Inman. 5-star review, rare 5-star review. We're loved by Tom Ferry Group. We're loved by so many different agents and publications out there. We were invested in. We were finalists for Innovator Award, Inman Innovator Award. We also were invested in by NAR and part of the NAR Reach class of 2023. Highnote users are saying Highnote just wins deals. And how do we do this? Well, we enhance your sales pitching process by collecting and delivering everything in a single beautiful and trackable digital presentation. Use drag and drop to add sections. Very easy to do. And then when you send this, the buyers or sellers love the look of it, and you could see what they're reading and interacting with. The real-time notifications and analytics tells you how long your materials are being read. Try to do that with email. When you send an email full of attachments, you don't know what's being read. You don't know even if they've opened it. So sending it in this way has an added benefit of being able to digitally track what the users are reading. Then you know what clients engage with. You know what to talk about and what not to talk about. And maybe you know that you need to emphasize this point because they didn't see it, but you understand the mind of the reader. All right. In summary, it's the smartest way to deliver a presentation. It's very easy for the recipient to peruse and understand. You could do the same presentation in a PDF, but it'd be 65 pages, right? This is a testimonial from a top Realty One agent. With a Highnote, it doesn't strike the recipient as overwhelming. So it's a great way to break up all of the information that you need to provide in a presentation that's actually readable. And this is from Christine Zybel, Realty One Beyond. She's a broker, and she's a huge fan. She's won a ton of listings. And I see someone is asking a question. I'll answer that question in a second for new agents. There's a lot of different methods for that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. All right, but drag and drop. It's easy to modify on the fly. You can easily create with drag and drop, duplicate, personalize, and deliver. You can make one, make copies of them, make slight edits to them, and your buyer or listing presentation is going to stand out and you're going to win. We also have AI. I told you before, Highnote AI could speed up your presentation creation, enhance text with AI. So it really with AI is just incredible, and it simplifies the entire presentation building process. And we have a great roadmap for incorporating more AI into the tool such that it builds you the presentation just by entering your contact information to Highnote. All right. Um, more incredible reviews. I just want to tell everyone how much I love Highnote. I use it for all of my buyer listing presentations. This is from Dion Malouche, Realty One Group Gold Standard, Kenneth Powell, Realty One Group Performance. I love using Highnote to provide exceptional service and communicate effectively with buyers and sellers. And then Christine Zybel again. It creates an impression for you that you're tech savvy. Even if you're delivering almost the same info as 10 other agents, using Highnote puts us ahead of the competition. So again, it's about standing out. It's about being different. It's about being better. So this is what Highnote's about. All right, who wants a demo? And I'm going to give you one right now. So this is what the inside of Highnote looks like. And let's see what I can show you. So I'm gonna find a let me see, I'll find I'm gonna make a new one. Okay, so I'll make a new one. So I can go in here and look for Realty One template. Let's see if I can get this to come up here. Great, so I have one here. I'm gonna use this one. I picked the digital listing presentation, but I'm gonna get the buyer presentation because that's what we're talking about here. So the buyer presentation. So I like it. So I'm going to use this. So all you do is click on use this now. And what it does is it makes a copy of the presentation for you. And so you then have all the sections that you need in there, and you could change and edit it out. So now it says copy. So I'm going to say, Realty One Group buyer presentation. I'll say webinar, the webinar version, right? You could change the logo out. Obviously, I could put my face on here. It will populate it with your profile, and you could type in introductory text, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer. I can't wait to meet you. And then you can just simply move sections around up and down. You can add new ones. You can change things. You can add more text. This one has the story of Realty One in here already, but I want to show you how I insert things if I wanted to add it. So I can add an asset. You can add, files, links, dividers, full images, full text, contact forms. So I'm going to pick something from my desktop here. And so let me find something that I could send really quickly here. Where did it go? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Where is it? Okay, Highnote demo. So I'm going to insert a property tax guide, and we have this auto summarizer. So what it's going to do is read the document and summarize it on the right side for you. So I'm uploading it, and it's a property tax guide about California property tax guide. So it summarizes it for you using ChatGPT. You read it, confirm it, because AI is not perfect. But if you wanted to rewrite it, you can. You're just using the enhance with AI. You can make it longer length, shorter length. You can make it a funnier, happier tone, etc. And so that's a great thing to do. And then you can just move it around, move it up and down. And so what I'm going to do, all right, so I'm looking at it, it looks great. And so here's what I'm going to do. Thank you, Jeannie. And I'm going to show you how cool this is even going to get. Watch this. So Realty One, I'm going to call it Realty One webinar. Now I'm going to require an email to view and copy this link, and I'm going to paste it. So what you do, you can either copy it for the email, so copy and paste into your email, or you could just share a link, or you can use Highnote to send it, just like you would like a DocuSign. So I just pasted the link into the seminar chat, webinar chat, open it. Now it's going to require you to, it's going to ask you to put in your email first so we can identify who's reading it. And I want to take you some time and take you through how the analytics work. Okay, so I'm gonna go look at analytics now, and I see Jojo at Harmon Homes Group opened it. I see Kay Marley, Ocho Homes opened it. I see Fetner at gmail.com opened it. I see Paulo Paulo Reyes, sorry. Paula Reyes .realtor at gmail's opened it. And you looked at, congratulations. Now, keep on interacting with it. I'm going to refresh my analytics. Do you see how powerful these analytics can be? Now I know, for example, this Fentner, she looked at 3 items: buying process, California property tax, and hello, right? And she spent, she opened it and looked at 3 items in there. I also know what device you're using. So it says, Phil at Southwest Florida Home is using Edge browser. So it must be a Windows machine, right? You could also see if people are using a phone. So I see John at Fuentes at Yahoo is using a iPhone. Mobile Safari browser, right? And Making Waves with Wendy looked at the pre-approval process. She looked at 1 of the 2 pages, and then she checked out, let's get you a home. So do you see how powerful this is? Now I know what you're reading. I know how serious of a lead you are. I know how long you spent on it, which tells me how serious you are of a lead and how curious they are and how they've interacted. Try that with your email. You can't do that, right? You can't do that with almost anything else. You need an online platform such as Highnote, but specifically designed for real estate and real estate agents. That's what Highnote is. Thank you, Rhonda. So for the person that asked about if you're new to real estate, well, you need to talk to your broker or your team, about how supplementing your sales record with the brokerage or team sales. You don't need to highlight that you haven't done a lot of sales. You just need to highlight that your brokerage has done a lot of sales. And so you need to kind of fake it until you make it. You can't take other people's sales, but you can represent that, hey, look, my brokerage has sold this, and my brokerage has done this. Or another way is obviously join a team. That's one of the easiest things I can say. Or join a brokerage, or go on a co-presentation with someone to mitigate that stuff. But that's why you send something like this, because you need to overcome your lack of experience in the field, but you do it by having a better presentation. And look, we were there too. When I started in 2006 and 2007, I was only a year or 2 into it. And so what I learned was I needed to compensate by having a better presentation. And having a better presentation very often can help you win, and you can beat better agents out there. Because the better agents, the stronger agents, they might not do anything, right? They're sort of complacent and sitting back on their laurels. All right, let me move on here. So now this is what it costs, Highnote. It's $39 a month or $33 a month, 15% off if you buy annually, $3.99. It is nothing because it's going to help you win deals. It's going to help you win many, many more listings and buyers. And Realty One Group provides 10% free for 10% off forever on your subscription. So, look, we get unlimited support. There is no contract. You can cancel anytime for a prorated refund. You have unlimited presentations, assets, shares, analytics, favorites, folders, and we provide you all of these templates that you can use, not just for buyer and listing presentations, but for many other things. Offers. A lot of agents send offers with Highnote. Yes, and they give them one with Highnote because they're like, oh my gosh, you put together a presentation with your offer? That's amazing. You must really want it. And it really charms them. It really helps win. You could do annual real estate reviews. You could do property flyers with this. You could do mid-transaction client updates. You could do newsletters with Highnote, so many other things. So win offers, client updates. You could do marketing to neighborhoods or communities. Let's say you focus in Naples, right? Well, how many times do you need to explain to someone about Naples, right? And you want to show that you're a Naples expert. Build a Highnote, right? Because why? It's easier. And you could send that out on social media. You could send that out to leads. Having a platform like Highnote allows me to present every aspect of our communication from nurture to close. Loving Highnote, figuring out new applications for it all the time. Awesome product. Closing docs, a lot of agents use it to finalize a transaction, send all of the materials that a buyer needs, annual real estate, and digital flyers, and property marketing flyers, recruiting as well. And this agent, who's a brokerage owner in Tampa, couldn't get his property sold. So he built a property in a Highnote and sent that. And it got people's attention. And he knew which agents and buyers to follow up with. He got it sold because of Highnote. All right. And this is the buyer presentation template. You get that for free. Yeah, digital flyers, getting a question of community and digital flyers. So let me see. We have a totally, we have two sections, templates on our website, and we also have a Built with Highnote section. And Built with Highnote is our community. This is what our community is using Highnote to build. And so there's hundreds of examples of how to increase your professionalism, your business. And let me show you what property marketing and digital flyers looks like, and what people are doing. So this person, Candace, she made this flyer for her listing, and it includes public listing information, the property website, floor plan, property condition disclosure, aerial map with property lines, CRS property report, county records, the deed, local guide. Now, why do you do this? Well, guess what? You get to see what they're reading. You get to see who's real. Here's another one. And look, you could also capture leads. So I'm gonna put in mine, and this is a high rise in New York, and it shows you could put a virtual tour in here, obviously. So the Matterport, and which is great. You can put slideshows, floor plans, building amenities, videos, right? It's just so powerful. So many different use cases. It's a great way to market your property, and go above and beyond what others do. So let's see, there's other ones. I think we're running short on time on neighborhoods, but you can imagine it's gonna be similar to like a property market. You're talking about let's say Naples, Florida, and you want to show like Naples, this is what it is. Here's the population, here are the attractions, here are all the things about it. Here's how real estate works in Naples. There's like 500 properties on the market now. And then explaining everything about Naples. So let's see, neighborhood. Yeah, here's a great one. Cata Verdera, Lincoln, passport to this area, right? So she puts together a tour guide basically of the HOA. It's an HOA, I guess. So country club website, the luxury shopping and convenience report, golfing around here, the school district, Prop 19, tax information, etc. So you can use all these templates. They come for free, included in the subscription. Okay, let's go through this. Christy, the only extra fee we have is the done for you service. And what I'm going to talk about that is, like, if you don't have time to set up anything, agents are not known to be the most tech savvy, but if you're tech savvy and you have time to build these things, feel free. If you don't, we have a service that could do it for you. And so for example, this is the buyer presentation template. What we do is we can meet you and set these up with you. And we also have listing presentation templates. And we have these templates available, and if you allow us to set them up for you, right? You pay $349 per template, right? We guarantee you're going to win listings and buyers with this template, whichever template you want to buy, right? We guarantee or your money back. Why? Because I personally use these templates and I have increased my business tremendously with them, and we stand by it. We guarantee you're going to win if you use these templates and you let us set them up with you and you use them in the way we tell you to use them. If you don't win more listings or more buyers with it, you get your money back. There is no risk in trying this and doing this. Now, you can buy one presentation, 340. If you buy two, it's cheaper. If you buy 3, 4, it's much cheaper as well. So we recommend just doing like one. Maybe you do the buyer one, the pre-meeting, and then the follow-up one, or maybe just do the pre-meeting one, right? Have us set that up for you, and then you could do the follow-up one on your own, or maybe you feel like you don't need it. But we think it's a huge impact if you do. I'm very happy with the service and support received from Highnote. They created a superb home buyer's presentation for me, professional, creative, and responsive throughout the process. So we meet with you, unlimited support, because agents need the support and the help. So we want you to make sure that you are taken care of. Again, the Highnote guarantee, if you use these presentations and use Highnote as described, after buying the done for you service, and it doesn't help you win more, you refund your money, right? More business guaranteed. And we stand by this. All right, here's the end, guys. Scan this, go to the Realty One group page, free trial, right? If you decide to go with it, you use this code, ROG007, you get 10% off forever. This code also works on the done for you service. So use this code and it's forever. The reason why we emphasize forever is because most sales are only for 1 year or maybe 1 month or whatever, one-time use. You get it off forever. And here is the complete guide to building winning buyer presentations. Is there a done for you package for everything? Well, we do it per template. So everything could mean whatever you want, right? So we sell a lot of agents, they start with one, they'll buy one and they're like, oh my God, this is so much better. And they don't have time to build the second one, like they need a listing presentation one. Great, to buy a second one, or they'll buy a third one. They need this setup. They need to buy a fourth one, buy a fifth one, whatever it may be. So, you don't have time to be making presentation, or if you do, go ahead. You can use those templates for free. If you don't, let us help you. And Christy, it's unlimited, but the most people will buy the most popular templates are the listing presentation and the buyer presentation pre-meeting template. So the pre-listing presentation, which I didn't show you today, which is off the charts, probably the best pre-listing presentation you're going to find on the market today, and this pre-buyer presentation, pre-meeting presentation, which I will also say is the best out there today. All right. And then let me take a screenshot of everyone that's on this call. We have quite a few. I think I have my assistant on here, so could do that. But I'm gonna take a shot, and then we're gonna pick someone at the end. There's someone who's on as iPad, so we're not gonna know who that is. So if you can tell us who the iPad is, you'll be entered into the competition. Crystal Martinez. Okay, great. All right, great. And that's it, guys. I will allow any other questions. Let me see. Can you add your own photos? Absolutely. You can customize, do whatever you want with them. Those are just templates. So templates are changeable. And Jessica Cook. Okay, got it. Jessica Cook on the Molly. This is being recorded. Yes. Oh, Patricia Arona. All right, great. We'll make sure. Queen Arona and customize. How many are there? But yes. Do you add your contacts to Highnote? You can, or you could send it through your own email system. You could just copy it. Works like copying a link. You could copy the link and paste it in your own email, or you can use Highnote to send it. So either way. Let's see. Can you show the community digital flyers? Right, I showed that. I think I got everything. How can we have it viewed as right? We'll resend the replay of this webinar for watching next time. Thank you so much, everyone. And I'm gonna give my email. Thank you, Rhonda. And great. Thank you, Joanne. And we're here to elevate the game. This we all need to elevate your game today. We need to be professionals and even better professionals, but most importantly, we need to explain, we need to present, and this is the best way to do it. And this is why we built the tool, because when we were brokerage owners and agents, we needed something like this, so we built it. And it's for you and courtesy Realty One. So I really appreciate it. Thank you, Realty One. Thank you, everybody, for the call. Thank you so much. And we will see you next time. We do regular webinars with Realty One. We alternate between buyers and listing presentations and other use cases. So, but buyer presentations are obviously the hot topic of the day, and we can help you with that. So thanks again, everyone. And talk soon. Talk next time. Happy selling.